Hello students, myself Dr. Sujata Kulhe. In the previous lecture, we have seen the introduction to the syllabus. We have gone through the various chapters. Today, we will see the introduction to artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is a branch of computer science which is concerned with the study and creation of a computer system that has some form of intelligence. Now, what do you mean by intelligence? Intelligence is the ability to learn or understand from experiences like we do in our day-to-day life. Intelligence is the ability to acquire and retain knowledge like we do. Intelligence is the ability to respond quickly and successfully to a new situation. Intelligence is the ability to use reason to solve problems. Now, if intelligence is learning, understanding, retaining, responding, and using reasoning, then what is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence refers to the simulation of human intelligence in machines that are programmed to think like humans and mimic their actions. Artificial intelligence has two terms. First is artificial and second is intelligence. Now, what do you mean by intelligence that we have already seen? Now, what is artificial? Artificial means anything which is not natural. So, we have to feed the intelligence artificially to the machine to have the artificial intelligence. Now, why AI is required? To understand this, we will consider three scenes. In the first scene, we can consider an example of cars. Nowadays, traffic is so increased, so it really becomes difficult to drive a car. And every year, the number of accidents are increasing. So, we are in search of the cars which can drive in their own and they will not collide to each other and save the life of people. In the second scene, Alan is a blind person and he wanted to know that what is going on in the surrounding. He wanted to cross the road using zebra crossing. So he is wishing for a device which will depict him what is going on in the surrounding, whether it is safe to cross the road or not. In the third scene, Mary is going to visit Berlin. She is visiting Berlin first time and cannot understand the German words. So, when she is searching for a device, which would convert the German words into English and English sentences into the German sentences so that she can communicate with the people fluently. So, she is searching for a software which would do this translation. Looking at these scenarios, what do you understand? We understand that we require an intelligent machines that has a power to think, analyze and make the decisions rationally or in correct manner. In the first scene, we are searching for a driverless car which would analyze the distance between self and the other cars so that it will not collide to others, and it can drive safely. We can see that the car is making distances, it is keeping the distances between the car. So it will drive safely and save the life of people. In the second scenario, Alan want to cross the road. So he wanted to know that who is standing here, whether the traffic lights are red or green, whether which people are roaming around, whether which taxi is standing here, whether the birds are chirping or not. Like this, Alan wanted to depict what is going on in the surrounding so that he can cross the road. In the third scene, Mary is wishing for an intelligent device which would do the machine translation. It will convert the English sentences into the German sentences and German into the English. So, the basic idea is to mimic a human brain inside a machine is nothing but your artificial intelligence. Now you might have got the artificial intelligence and why artificial intelligence is important. The next is foundations of AI. Foundations of AI is a multidisciplinary field which requires many disciplines. Philosophy is required for representing the logic. It is required for reasoning mind as a physical system. Mathematics is required for formal representation and proof of algorithms. It is also required for complex computations. In neuroscience, neurons are used as a information processing unit. So, neuroscience is involved in AI. To understand the neuron, how neuron works. Basically, neuron science mimics the human brain. To understand how the human brain works, we need to have the biology. Computer science is required for building the fast computer. Sociology is a methodological tool for data analysis and theory development. Of course, psychology is required because how do people behave? How do they perceive? And to find out what is the psychology of a person, it plays an important role in AI. People often got confused between what is artificial intelligence, what is machine learning, and what is deep learning. To understand this, we have a diagram here in which clearly you can see that artificial intelligence is a superset of machine learning and deep learning. Now, machine learning is a subset of AI, and it is an application of AI generating the systems that can learn and improve without being programmed. Contrary to AI, ML concentrates on developing computer programs that access data, and it uses to learn for themselves. Deep learning is a subset of machine learning and artificial intelligence too. Deep learning follows an approach used for creating and training the neural networks. Now we will see what are the technologies and tools involved in the artificial intelligence. In the artificial intelligence, mainly we have machine learning, natural language processing, speech, expert systems, planning, scheduling and optimization, robotics, and vision fields involved. Under the machine learning, we have deep learning, the predictive analytics. These two technologies are used under the machine learning. NLP involves the machine translation. Like earlier in scene 3, we have seen that Miri was seeking for an software which would translate the language. Classification and clustering is also there, which is required for text classification and text clustering. Similarly, information extraction from the World Wide, we have a tremendous of data. From that data, if we wanted to extract a particular information, in that case we can use the NLP. Next is speech. Speech to text and text to speech is very important here because you use the speech to text and text to speech in your day-to-day life. AI also has expert systems. One of the example of expert system is Mycene. Mycene was a expert system developed for bacteria identification. Next technology is planning and scheduling and optimization. AI also involves robotics. Sophia is the best example for robotics technology. Next comes to vision. Under vision, we can use a technique image recognition and machine vision. Image recognition is also used by our day-to-day life. Like in your mobile phones also, you can easily identify your friends. Now, we have seen what are the technologies involved in AI and what is an AI. Now, we will compare the artificial intelligence system with humans because humans are the most intelligent species we know. So, we can design a machine which can think like human or which can act like human. But humans are not right always. So, we should design a system which will think in right manner, that is rationally, and which will act in right manner, that is rationally. Different people think differently. Now here the main question is to be asked, are you concerned with thinking or behavior? Do you want to model humans or do you want to go for an ideal standard? So here there are 4 approaches to AI. We can see here 4 approaches to AI. System that think like human, system that act like humans, system that think rationally, and systems that act rationally. So considering these 4 aspects, different researchers have developed various definitions. One of the researchers says that the art of creating machines that perform functions that require intelligence when performed by people in 1990. One of the researchers have said that the exciting new effort to make computers think, machines with minds, in the full and literal sense in 1985. Next researcher have said that study of mental faculties through the use of computational models in 1985. One of the researchers have developed the definition of AI as a field of study that seeks to explain and emulate intelligent behavior in terms of computational processes in 1990. If we carefully see these definitions, if we see carefully the definitions which are at the top are concerned with the thought process and reasoning. The definition at the bottom addresses the behavior. The definition on the left, they measure the success in terms of fidelity to human performance, whereas the definitions on the right measure against an ideal concept of intelligence, which generally be called as rationality. So here we have two dimensions. First dimension is thinking, second dimension is acting. Under the first dimension, thinking, we have two approaches, think like human and think rationally. In the second dimension, we have approaches act like human and act rational. So we are going to see these four approaches of AI in detail. The very first approach is the acting humanly. To understand this approach, we will have an example of Turing test. The Turing test is a method of inquiry in artificial intelligence to determine whether a computer is capable of thinking like a human being or not. The test is named after the researcher Alan Turing in 1950. The original Turing test requires three terminals. Each of which is physically separated from the other two. Like we can see here, the one terminal is operated by the computer, while the two terminals are operated by the humans. This is AI system and these are the two humans. During the test, one of the human functions as an human interrogator and he interrogates the second human, and the computer function as an respondent. The interrogator interrogates the respondent within a specific subject using a specific format. After some questions are being asked, the interrogator has to decide which respondent was a human and which respondent was a computer. This is called as your Turing test. The test is repeated many times. If the interrogator makes the correct determination in half of the test, then the computer is considered to have an artificial intelligence because the interrogator considered it as an human respondent. Now we will see the next approach. Before that, what are the abilities which are required for Turing test? The abilities which are required for the Turing test are natural language processing. Now, why natural language processing is required? NLP is required for communication purpose. It will allow you to communicate successfully in English. It will allow you to understand the sentences and generate the responses accordingly. Second is automated reasoning. Automated reasoning used the stored information to answer the questions and to conclude it. Next is knowledge representation. Next is learning. Learning is required for reasoning purpose. The next is knowledge representation and storage. It is required to store what it knows or what it can hear. It also requires the vision and robotics, which is required for the total Turing test. Now what is the total Turing test? In the total Turing test, it includes a video signal so that the interrogator can test the subject's perceptual abilities as well as the interrogator can pass the physical objects. For identification of the physical objects and subject's perceptual abilities, it requires computer vision as well as robotics. Computer vision is required for perceiving the objects, that is to see what is an object, and robotics is required to manipulate the object or to move the or to hold the object. So these two techniques are required for the total Turing test. Now we'll move to the next approach, which is the thinking humanly. When we say that machine thinks like human, it means that we have some method to know or to determine how the human beings thinks. If we wanted to actually see how the human mind works, we have two possible ways to do so: introspection and experimental investigation. Introspection, we will try to catch our own thoughts, and experimental investigation is we will carry out some psychological experiments. Using these two methods, when we get the sufficient knowledge, in that case it becomes possible to express the theory as a computer program or as a machine. Now once we are done with this, how do we validate whether the machine is really thinking like human or not? So we can compare the behavior of that machine with the corresponding human behavior. If it matches with the human behavior, in that case we can say that the machine is thinking like a human. In the second approach, directly we can identify from the neurological data. This approach is also called as your bottom-up approach. This gives the rise to the cognitive science. Cognitive science is the most fascinating field nowadays. Cognitive science can also be used to analyze, describe, predict, and create minds. The third approach is thinking rationally. As we know that the humans are the most intelligent species we know, but still humans are not correct always. So in that case, sometimes we do mistakes because logically we are not correct. So we need to design a system which should make mistakes, which should not make mistakes, which should rather think rationally. Rationally means in right manner or logically. So thinking rationally is a logical process where conclusions are drawn based on some type of symbolic logic. In the earlier lecture, we have seen what is the logic and what are the different types of logic. And we also have seen the example that Ram is a man, one statement, and all men are mortal is the another statement. From these two statements, we are going to conclude that Ram is mortal. So always we are ensuring that all actions which we are performing or all actions which are performed by the machine are justifiable. For justification, we need to take the help of facts and rules and theorem prover also. There are two main obstacles in this approach. First obstacle is that it is not easy to take the informal knowledge and state in the formal terms which are required by the logic notation, specifically when the knowledge is not certain. Second obstacle is there is a big difference between being able to solve a problem with principle and doing so in practice. Although the both obstacles applied to any attempt to build the computational reasoning system, they appeared first in the logicist tradition. Next approach is acting rationally. We already seen that an agent is an entity which will achieve a particular goal. So agent is something that acts, but computer agents are expected to be rational agent. What do you mean by rational agent? Rational agent is the agent which is thinking logically and in correct manner under uncertainty, and the best outcome should be given. Sometimes you must do something and there is no provable correct things to do. Sometimes you must react quicker without time for reasoning. The law of thought, which we have already seen, that thinking rationally, it gives an emphasis on correct inference, and based on that inference the agent will act. But every time it is not necessary that the agent should act like this. For example, pulling someone's hand off of a hot stove is a reflex action. Similarly, blinking is a reflex action that is more successful than a slow action taken after careful deliberation. So, the rational behavior is doing the rational thing which is expected to maximize the goal achievement given the available information. So, this was acting rationally. So, we have seen here 4 different approaches towards AI. We all know, we'll start from the Charles Babbage. This is what is the timeline diagram. So you can see how the AI has evolved from 1837 to the 2017. In 1837, the first model of programmable computer was invented by the Charles Babbage. We all know that the Charles Babbage is known as the father of computer. The term artificial intelligence was introduced by McCarthy in 1956, but the root were kept in 1943. In 1943, McCulloch has developed the first artificial neural network. This was a transition in the field of artificial intelligence. The history of AI is divided into few time frames that we are going through. The time during 1943 to 55 is considered as an gestation period of development. It was started with McCulloch model, who has first developed an artificial neural network. Later on, in 1950, Alan Turing has developed a Turing machine. Alan Turing has developed a Turing test. The Turing test was based on the one of his computing machinery, and intelligence article presented the question, can machine think? Based on this question, he has proposed a Turing test. So the thought of developing machine to act like a human was flourished during this time. The next era, that is the birth of AI. In 1956, That new name was introduced by McCarthy during the conference which was held at Dartmouth College in Hanover. The new name was as an artificial intelligence. The period of 1952 to 1969 was known as early enthusiasm. In this era, there were great expectations from AI, but very little bit that was fulfilled. In 1965, the first chatbot, that is Eliza, was developed at the MIT laboratory. The period from 1966 to 79, which is not shown over here, was known as the facing reality era, because actually they have faced reality with lots of difficulties introduced. During 1969 to 1979, the early knowledge systems were evolved so that the era was known as your knowledge-based system. During this time, expert systems were designed. Since 1980, AI has entered into the industry and many successful applications have been developed. So this is known as your AI in industry era. In 1987, which is not mentioned over here, many new techniques like data mining, machine learning flourished. In 1995, the intelligent agents were invented. In 1997, the Deep Blue was the first AI system who has defeated the world chess champion Garry Kasparov in chess competition. In 2002, an autonomous robot for room cleaning named as Roomba was developed. In 2009, Google has launched its first self-driving car. This was a really important milestone in the field of AI. Later on, in 2011, IBM Watson defeated the champions of US Slow Jeopardy. IBM has developed the Watson as an AI machine. In 2011 to 2014, various digital assistants were being developed. The most commonly used digital assistants nowadays, Siri was developed by Apple, Google Now was developed by Google, and Cortana was developed by Microsoft. In 2014, Generator Adversarial Network, that is GAN, was developed. In 2017, AlphaGo beats the world champion Go player KG. Now you might have got an idea about how the AI has evolved from the term computer from the Charles Babbage to till now in 2020. Now you all might have got an idea about the intelligent system introduction. The next topic is agents that we are going to cover in the next video. In this video, we have seen introduction to AI, what are the technologies involved in AI. Later on, what are the perspectives towards AI, what are the 4 approaches of AI. We have also seen various definitions developed by various researchers. Then we have seen what is the history of AI. All these things are very important in understanding the concept of AI. In the next class, we are going to see the agents. Agent, as we have seen, is an intelligent or it is an entity which going to work for a particular goal. So like various agents are there, various different types of agents are there. that we are going to see in the next class. Thank you very much, students.